Hello, this is Trish McCall, and I am one of the coaches or facilitators or trail guides here at Wild Haven and Company. And I want to take a moment to do a brief exercise that I think will help people understand the connection between the mind and body in a most powerful but really, really simple way. I was just having a conversation with a client about how our mind versus our brains work. So a lot of people think the brain and the mind are the same thing, but actually the mind is separate from the brain. And the reason I say that is the brain actually cannot tell the difference between reality and imagination. That's why dreams can often feel really real. And the other thing is that pain and pleasure are processed in the same parts of the brain. So that is why when physical pain, I should say, and emotional pain are processed in the same part of the brain. Emotional pleasure and physical pleasure are processed in the same parts of the brain. And so the neat thing is that if we have pleasure going on, it can actually block the pain, or if we have pain going on, it can block the pleasure. So as a nurse, when I would start IVs and such, what I learned is if we create a sensation that's more pleasurable, maybe not pleasurable to some, but more pleasurable than a shot, right? Then we can actually help the nervous system prepare and block more of the pain receptors. So for instance, if I would start an IV, I would actually pinch here. So there's that pain, but a slight pinch is not as painful as a shot. So, but we've already blocked some of the pain receptors with a different kind of feeling, so that when the shot is given, it actually does not hurt as much. Or I was just showing someone, if we press this point here, we've heard about it for headaches, but actually what that's doing is also giving that more pleasurable sensation. It's a pressure point that can help relax the nervous system and engage the vagus nerve. So anyway, all of that to say, I want to keep this kind of short, is the mind, though, can tell the difference between reality and imagination. The mind can tell if it's pleasurable or not. All right. And sometimes what's pleasurable to one person is not pleasurable to another. So I want to use this example. It's a simple exercise. Will probably, take very few minutes. That you can do. And I want you to see the power of the mind and the brain. Okay, so we're going to get into child's posture. And that is a simple, you can either do it on the floor. I'll show you the floor, and I'll show you some adaptations if you would prefer. So it's just literally here, and I touch the toes in the back. Shoes off is even better. But just coming down, we can have our legs like this and just come into that child's posture, a kind of closed posture. All right. We can also put our legs closer together, or if you have a chair or a stool, you can do this and kind of just come into this curled up kind of ball posture. So what we're trying to emulate is that fetal position. And that's often what is considered the flight mode, curling up, protecting yourself and stuff. So I want you to come into that posture, all right, curled up like a fetal position. You can also lie on your side and do the same thing. But I prefer the child's posture if you can be on the floor. And I'll show you one more time in the full posture. So you can have your hands here or here. Another, for some people, bringing a pillow and just coming across here. All right, so those are all possibilities. So whatever is in your way of being today, I encourage you to get into that posture. And now I just want you to take a few breaths down into that abdomen. Just noticing. Today is just about noticing our breath, closing our eyes if that's something that we prefer to do, or gazing softly at the floor or at a still point, just having that soft gaze and inhaling all the way into our abdomen and exhaling. Inhaling, maybe adding a whispery sound. Some call that ocean breath. This time closing the mouth in through the nose. Getting all the way to the abdomen and exhale. Now just relaxing and listening. And let's just notice what we notice as I speak. We're just listening. I want you to imagine that you've woken up and you realize you've just been wrestling with something that you have, just questions, this nagging question of just, why are you doing what you're doing? Why are you struggling? What is going on? Why does it seem that everything is just falling apart? And why is this happening to you? And it seems like you just want the world to stop and notice, to pause, and you're just wrestling with this question and these issues and these problems. But you got to go to work. So you get your shower in, you brush your teeth, and you start to get ready for work, and your stomach just isn't, feeling well. It is in knots maybe. And you get to work, and you're like, all right, I'm just going to shake this off. And you come into work, and you notice that people are just kind of avoiding you. And you're like, well, what in the world? And then you go into the coffee room to get your coffee, and you notice some people whispering and eyes going your way. And even your good friend at work, she's just kind of quiet and just not really asking you. And you know that they know there's something off, and they're not even asking you how you feel or anything. And you see some people whispering now, and then people are just starting to leave and not even say anything to you. And you just want to be heard, just want to be noticed, just want someone to ask you how you're doing. But yet you don't, because how would you explain to them? And you don't want to be whiny, and you don't want to be the negative Nancy. And now your boss wants to talk to you, wants to bring you into the office and have a conversation with you. The wheels are turning. Your mind is racing. Your gut, it just hurts even more now. There's just something. And you're like, now what? What more news can I hear today? Just imagine. Notice what's going on in your body. Okay. Taking a deep breath, closing your eyes or softly gazing, coming back into that deep breath, rising up slowly into a seated posture. Notice what you notice. Pay attention to any tension in your body. All right. I'm going to take you, just give you a little bit to just kind of take that in. Notice what you notice. Notice your face, your throat, your chest, your shoulders, your upper back, middle back, lower back, hips, maybe even your feet. Notice if there's any tension or tingling, tightness, any of those things. All right. Now I just want you to take a moment and I want you to shake that out. Shake, 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 shake. Feet, shake them, shake them, shake it, dust it all off, right? All right, there's a reason we're doing this, all right? But I don't want to go into all the science. If you're curious, you can just ask me another time about all the science behind all of this, the shaking. All right. Warming up our hands. Taking some deep breaths. Coming back. All right. And I just want you to get back into that child's posture again, or that fetal position, or curled up in your chair or your seat. And we're going to come back into that space. All right. Into that posture or form. And just going to kind of go back into that breath, breathing in through the nose, way into that abdomen, especially good if we're in child's posture or leaned over. And we're just really trying to get that breath way into the abdomen to help with our muscles, and because oxygen is a natural muscle relaxer. Okay. Few more deep breaths. Sound of the ocean. Maybe that's calming. For me, it's the mountains and the breeze through the leaves. One more. Inhale and exhale. Now, we've just woken up, closing our eyes, and we're just imagining we're waking up, gotten a great night's sleep. Oh man, kids are in a good mood, gotten our shower, everything's going well. And yet there's that nagging still. But maybe it's, you go for a walk in nature and you hear the leaves rustle. Or maybe you're at the ocean, you're listening to the waves, listening to your favorite music that soothes your soul. And you just notice the sun shining on your face, the warmth. And you know in your knower that you are loved, that you are cherished, that your Creator has designed you. And maybe those words in that song are just speaking life into you, speaking to every pain point that you've had. And you just know that your Creator has placed so timely this song to soothe you. And you know that it's so divinely timed that there's no question that there's no coincidence here. And you're reminded how much you are loved and you are cherished, you are seen, you are heard. And to the depths of your soul, you are known. And this peace comes over you. You breathe in and you breathe out. You feel the sand between your toes, or maybe the soft rustle and crunch of the leaves. You are grounded, rooted firmly in this truth that envelops you with love, that harmonizes with your heartbeat, that you are beautifully and wonderfully made, that there is purpose in this, that even in the doubts and even in the struggles, that you are heard, you are seen, you are known, and that your Creator, God, is working all things good for you because He is for you. Taking that deep breath in, letting it out with a sigh, letting it all go. And again, sigh as you rise up. This sense of peace, this sense of joy, of being known, of being seen, of being heard, that soothing presence. Notice what you notice in your face, in your countenance, in your shoulders, in your throat, your upper back, your chest, your middle back, your lower back, your hips, maybe the thighs, hands, feet. Now, as you reflect on the first, we're all in the same position, we're all in the same form, in the same posture. What was the difference? Did you notice a difference in your body? The tension? Did you pay attention to the tension? Do you notice a difference? Same posture, but did you sense the difference within your body? And what were those differences? That's the power of the mind. That is why it's so important that we really sit with ourselves at times and we notice what we notice. And we listen to our bodies because it will tell us what we're feeling in reverse order. So maybe you're not able to pinpoint what it is, but you notice the tension and where it is. And we get into that and we can kind of reverse play, like, okay, what is it that I'm feeling? What is it that I'm doing and such? And that is why it's so important to be in touch with our bodies and to listen to our bodies, because they may be telling us that there's a problem. And we can say, oh, I had a great day. I had nothing bad happened. Because in those scenarios, I mean, nothing bad happened. And we can talk about in another time, bad, like feelings aren't bad. The tension in our body isn't bad. It's that we need to notice it. we need to pay attention to it and give it attention, or it does become dis-ease that becomes disease. And we will be talking about, this is a topic that I'm passionate about, that we really need to bring in alignment our physical bodies, our spirit, and our minds, and or souls, as some people call it. And the soul is our mind and will, our thoughts and stuff, and why it's important that we aligned those and we inspect those and see what we are expecting. And so I hope that that was helpful today, to just see how powerful our minds are, our imagination is, and the physical toll that it can take on our body. Even if it's the same posture, how we feel it is based on our minds and our imaginations even. So I hope that was helpful for you, and I hope you have a great day, and we'll keep going, digging into this and exploring this so that we learn a better way to move, to mindfully move, that's therapeutic and functional and can improve our health. So take care and have a blessed day.